Hey everyone, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of examples that I think might help you with surface area. And then I'll also post this on the OneNote so that you'll have an opportunity to rewatch it and that kind of stuff to study. Because I know some of you are having some issues with trying to put the information together of the sides and that kind of thing. So I'm just going to walk you through a few of these so that you know kind of what to do and it's part of your study guide. All right. The first thing I always do whenever I look at these shapes is I count and say, okay, how many sides does this figure have? And I just go around and count. And I say, okay, front, back, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's 6 sides. Yesterday, I had a couple of students who were actually drawing it out, and that seemed to help them. So it might help you too. I just label the sides. And so I just do 1 through 6. The front and the back of this figure are the same. Length times width, because all of these are rectangles. And then I just go through and put down the measurements that I know. Another tip that might help you is if you notice, if you see that this is 12, then this line right here is also going to be 12, and you could write that in. Also, if this little thing is 8, then you could go ahead and write in an 8 here. And then that might just kind of help you to keep the measurements together. So the front is 144, the back is 144, the top is a 12 by 8, which is 96, so is the bottom. And then I put side 1 and side 2. Now you can label these however it is that you want to do it. I'm just showing you a single method. And then that way, when you get to the end, you can actually make sure, okay, I have 6 numbers and I'm going to add those up to get the complete surface area of this figure. Okay, so this is just about surface area. If you were to take wrapping paper and wrap around the figure, that might be a good visual for you. Okay, so this is the trapezoidal prism. Obviously, again, I went through the same process. I have 6 sides. I kind of put them down. Again, it helps me to draw them, but it's whatever works for you. Okay, so let's look at the trapezoid. Okay, for this particular trapezoid, the front and the back, the base is 2 and also it's 6. The height, which is always notated with this right angle, is 3.5. Okay, the formula that we are going to use is B1 plus B2 divided by 2. The reason for that is because you want an average. Normally when you're doing these figures, it's base times height, length times width, a lot of those, the same terminology. But here, these have 2 different ones. It's like if you made a 2 on a test and then a 6. What would your average be? What's the average base? Okay, so from there, you're going to have 2 plus 6 over 2 times the height, which is 3.5. This is 8 divided by 2, which is going to give you 4 times 3.15, which is the height, and that's going to be 14. That's for the front and the back. Now the top and bottom are not the same because this right here, this top, is different than the bottom as far as the length and width. So the top is the 4 by 6, the bottom is the 2 by 4, and the sides are both 16. That will give you, once you add those 6 numbers up, a 92. Okay, this one right here is about the same thing, but you just have to look. Okay, self, how many sides does it have? Bottom, blah, blah. Oh, there's 4 of these triangles. The bottom is 11 by 9, which is 99. Then I just put side 1 and side 2 and the front and back. Basically what you have here is 4 different triangles. Okay? There are actually 2 of them are the same, and then the other 2 are the same. One of them is a 12.3 by 9, and the other 2 are 11.9 times 11. Okay? Again, that's base times height. And the formula is 1/2 base times height. So all of these are going to be the exact same thing, these two, because they're together. And then this is going to be divided by 2, and that's exactly what I did up here. I'm just trying to let you see it another way. So you have those 4 triangles, and then the bottom, which is 99, and you're just going to add those together. Okay, this one's a little bit different, but they already went ahead and gave you the triangle, the slant edge, where sometimes you've been having to figure it out with a squared plus b squared equals c squared. But basically, this is a little bit different because it only has 1, 2, 3, 4, and the back is 5 sides. Okay, so I just went again with the front. All right, a triangle is 1/2 base times height. I plugged in my numbers and got 24. The front is 24 and the back is 24. I put front slant. That's just basically this big piece that's right here because it is slanted kind of like a ladder. And that's a 10 by 9. The bottom, a 6 by 9. And the back that I am describing as the back is this big piece back here. Okay, so I just kind of put those together, multiply them, all of them are base times height, and that's what you do from there. Okay, the area of a sphere is 4 pi r. Now, a single flat circle is pi r squared. If you have a sphere, a 3-dimensional one, then basically it is 4 pi r squared because there are 4 hemispheres in this particular figure. All I did was just plug in my formula. 4 times 3.14 times r, and that will give you 12.6. Now, if this was a half of a sphere, okay, then instead of it being 4 pi r squared, it would be 2 pi r squared, because your formula is this, and you divide it by 2, and that's what you get from here. Okay, just trying to show you another method. And the last one, or no, the next to last one, this is a can. Okay, now we're going to pretend as though this is solid. So the top and the bottom are both solid. In order to find a circle, again, my formula is pi r squared. You have a top and a bottom, which makes 2 of these. That is why the formula is this, 2 pi r squared. That is for the top and the bottom of the cylinder. Now, the next thing that you're going to do is the little piece that goes around it, like Coke can. You have it like this, sort of. It's not the best drawing, but just go with it. The formula for that is 2 pi r h. They know that all the figures that go around a can, that's always the formula to find the area. So then from there, you just plug in the numbers. Okay, radius is 5. 2 times 3.14 times 5 times 5. All right, that is 157. 2 times 3.14 times 5 times the height, which is 10. Plug those in, and that's basically all you do. The last one I wanted to show you is you've seen some of these that have an open top. That means that you just have the bottom. Again, a circle, the area for a circle is pi r squared. The formula for the little piece that goes around it, I'm sure it has some official name, but I don't know what it is. This little piece right here that goes around the can, that is 2 pi RH. All you do is just plug in the formula and add them together. So I'm hoping that this makes it easier for you and that you can rewatch this at home if you need to.